What's up, my friends? I'll tell you what's up. I have returned here to Vienna, Austria, home of ESCRS 2023. Now, I've come back to immerse myself further into the local Viennese scene, and what better way to do that than with ESCRS past president Oliver Findel on stand-up paddleboards. And beyond paddling, we're going to be talking about how to get the best visual life possible with premium IOLs. So without further ado, let's up! Well, Ollie, it is great seeing you out here, brother.
Same here. Good to have you in Vienna again.
Absolutely. Well, you know, I'm back after the ESCRS last year, but now I'm in the midst of a proper summer, and it couldn't be more beautiful.
And you were dressed quite different last time. I saw you in tails. Now this is a little more relaxed.
I would say so. I would say so. And you know, I would say especially being here in your hut alongside the Danube, this is just a perfect place to enjoy the best possible vision in life, and we'll be getting into that a little bit later. But what do you enjoy here about your visual experience?
Well, actually, I like the water the most. So, you know, to swim, to stand-up paddling, because we're going to do some stand-up paddling today.
I'm a pro as long as I can have plenty of bloopers in this film. Let's put it that way.
We'll have bloopers, that's fine.
All right, great. Well, let's head on over to these SUPs and get to it.
Absolutely.
What do you think about having high quality vision in an environment like this? How important is it?
You still have a good time in the nature with poor vision, but the better the quality, obviously the more details you see, and probably has an impact. This environment, if you're really out for nature, then I think you're looking for a monofocal lens. If you're an outdoor person and you don't mind reading glasses, so that's where monofocals definitely have their space.
It's just an incredible afternoon. I appreciate you taking me out, mate.
It was good. You're a natural.
Oh.
This was the second time you were on a board. It was pretty good, I must say. I was quite amazed.
Yeah, well, cheers. I appreciate it.
Mint tea.
Very refreshing after this refreshing swim.
Oh, there you go. So,
cheers.
Our own mint from our garden.
Okay, very nice. Oh, that's a pick-me-up. Well, the key question that we've had from this entire experience really is, what's up with Oliver since the last ESCRS? So really, what have you been up to?
That's a good question. I mean, obviously, you know, so as you know, I presidency went over to Filomena Ribeiro from Portugal. So now it's always the past president is automatically the chair of the education committee for 2 years. And we have a lot of projects running there. We're just aiming to build a platform, a proper educational platform, where we have all these things we have. You know, we have a lot of videos from the past 15 years of ESCRS. We have a lot of, you know, iLearn, we call it, e-learning platform. And we want to put that together and have, like, with the podcast, with the video cast, and have a real nice database where people can dwell into and have a structured way of educating themselves.
I heard from Filomena that there are some major themes this year. Themes like the history of IOL, I guess due to Sir Harold Ridley.
So yes, it's the 75th anniversary of the first IOL implanted. So what we discussed is how can we present that? And one thing was, we call it the IOL tunnel. Yeah. It's essentially a museum. The idea is that you as a delegate can walk through and you can see some posters, some films, some footage of the original operations and other things, as well as, for example, see the examination room of Harold Ridley as it looked at the time. Yeah, so this is really going back to the roots, of course, of IOL and also all the difficulties he had. So we're really quite critical of. He was essentially actually nearly kicked out of the congresses. So that will be also a big part, you know, that you really have to, if you believe in something, you just have to endure and you have to, you know, stay on it.
Well, it's just so beautiful out here. I feel this is the pinnacle of enjoying our visual world. if you have somebody that, let's say a stand-up paddleboarder that isn't so concerned about mesopic conditions, maybe they're just doing something in daytime, but they also tend to like to do reading at night, then for somebody like that, I suppose a multifocal would be okay. Because you're extending that range of vision, or
of course, yeah, but with the drawbacks, right?
Yes, right.
So I personally, actually, I must admit, I'm doing less and less trifocals. I've been reducing them significantly since the EDOF lenses have become, have been available, number one, and actually have become a lot better.
I see.
So from my perspective, I have a few patients where I still do trifocals. These are the ones who really say, I don't want to wear glasses full stop. But the others, I like to go for EDOF lenses, especially I combine it with some monovision, like a half a diopter, 0.75 diopter, just a little off. Okay. And their functional vision is pretty good. They have very good distance vision, they have really good intermediate vision, and with good lighting, actually very useful reading vision. And if they want to read, like I always say, you may need reading glasses when you want to do long time reading, proper reading, or small print, or poor lighting. So I always say the candlelight dinner menu is going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
But to be honest, with trifocals, it's also tough, right? So they don't work there either. So from that perspective, I think that combination for me at the moment is a sweet spot. A good non-diffractive EDOF lens with a little offset of a half or 0.75 diopters does the job in nearly everybody.
So going back to the Eyhance for a moment, let's say for the suppers out there, since we're supping today, that could be a good lens to consider.
Absolutely. It has a very long track record, no glistenings, no problems with the material, at least until now. It has a very good injector, that's also nice for the surgeon. These lenses are very good for distance vision, and they'll give you some intermediate vision, and that's what most people actually want at the end of the day, to be honest. At least I'm talking about always like the sort of elderly cataract population. Now, if you're talking about a refractive lens exchange situation, that's different, right?
Now, let's get to the main point. Pretty soon I'm going to be, I'm sure, starting to have some presbyopia. I don't have it yet, but I will. And with my new enjoyment of adventure sports, especially the whitewater kayaking or the skiing, I would like a personalized consultation right now on what IOL I should get if I were interested in refractive lens exchange.
So if a patient tells me actually they're happy with their contact lens, that's it. That the discussion is ended for me.
Okay.
Because then I don't see any reason to do surgery. If you're that kind of adventurous, like you are obviously, in that sort of lifestyle, then I think it does make sense to do something which takes care of the problem without use of contact lenses. In your age group, and just for presbyopia, okay, you want to get rid of your 2.5 diopters, you could do corneal refractive surgery, that would be one option. Okay. And you could do monovision approach with that, or you could do a blended vision approach with that. That would be one option. The other would actually be to go for a phakic lens. In this case, I would be going for the sort of ICL type, so posterior chamber lens. I think that's also an option. But really the problem is, your chance of getting a retinal detachment after lens surgery is not that small. So actually, the ESRS, as you may know, sponsored a big trial, which actually is now coming to the final. So we're actually just completing it. It's the MyoPret trial.
Yeah.
And what we did is, and I was the principal investigator. We had 11 centers throughout Europe in 7 countries. Okay. 630 patients. And we looked at them for 5 years and looked at their retinal detachment rates. And what we did is, before surgery, we did OCT to see, and also looked at them clinically to see whether they already had a posterior vitreous detachment. My theory is that if you've already had a PVD at that point, then surgery probably doesn't give you much of an increased risk to get retinal detachment. All right. However, if you have not had PVD yet, and that's quite common in, let's say late 40s, early 50s, then your risk of getting a retinal detachment is actually not that low. We used to do phakic IOLs in young people, like in the 20s and 30s, and we said once they're presbyopic, we won't, that doesn't make any sense. But I think now I see myself actually putting phakic IOLs into patients who are 55. So it may still take several years until they get cataracts, and then the surgery is really easy. You just take that ICL out and you do your cataract surgery. You don't have extra incisions, nothing. So I think that from my perspective, I've changed my strategy significantly in the last few years, considering that.
Well, Oliver, it's been just a stunning discussion with you in a stunning environment. I appreciate so much this little Moroccan tea and the sup lesson today.
Pleasure. It was really great having you, like always.
Well, give me a high five, brother. It's been real. And we'll have to do it again sometime.
Absolutely.
Not at my place, at your place.
There you go. Next time at yours.
Yeah.